darling of the world indeed has come. Merry second day of Christmas to you. And today I want to offer a small reminder that Christmas is, of course, not just a single day, but an extended season. And if you're willing to stretch your celebrations just a bit longer, there's more joy awaiting you. That's coming up in today's episode. Hello, I'm Jared Ritchie, and today is Friday, December the 26th. Merry Christmas. You're listening to the Friday 5 series from Musically Speaking. December 26 has always carried a quiet richness. It is Boxing Day. It's also the feast of Saint Stephen, the first Christian martyr. Both histories quietly remind us that Christmas joy has depth. It's not only about warm lights and familiar melodies, although it is that. It's also about generosity, remembrance, and of course, faithfulness. One of the texts that captures this beautifully is Robert Herrick's poem that we heard in the lead-in with John Rutter's setting we know as What Sweeter Music. Herrick begins with a question that feels very close to home. It begins, "What sweeter music can we bring than a carol for to sing the birth of this our heavenly King?" He starts not with theology, but with singing, with people gathered together. Then he calls on the whole person to attention. He says, "Awake the voice, awake the string, heart, ear, and eye, and everything." He's, of course, inviting us to wake up our whole selves. That's what Christmas does. And then Herrick notices something that everyone who has lived through winter very keenly understands. "Dark and dull night, fly hence away, and give thee honor to this day that sees December turned to May." What a glorious bit of poetry. "Dark and dull night, fly hence away, and give thee honor to this day that sees December turned to May." Christmas feels like spring arriving in the middle of winter. It doesn't just feel that way, it is that way, with eyes of faith and with the reality of what we know that Christ's incarnation has brought us. Again, Herrick presses that image. He says, "Why does the chilling winter's morn smile like a field beset with corn?" And then he goes on to answer his own question. "'Tis he is born whose quickening birth gives life and luster, public mirth, to heaven and the under earth." In other words, the world feels brighter because the King has come. Then Herrick brings it all home and says that iconic line, "The darling of the world is come, and fit it is we find a room to welcome him." Not just room in the calendar, but room in the house, room in our heart. Even reminds me of Randall Thompson's settings of Robert Frost's poetry, "The Best of Rooms." And of course, finally, Herrick writes, "The nobler part of all the house here is the heart." It's that simple, and it's true. Such glorious painting of Herrick's poem by Rutter. So if your decorations are already coming down or your playlists are already starting to change, I want to gently encourage you to keep going just a little longer. Sing more carols, light those candles, give other gifts, share meals, stretch your celebrations out over these 12 days of Christmas. They were never meant to rush past us. They're meant to stretch us in our gratitude, our generosity, and of course, our gladness. Thank you for making room each week for this podcast. I hope your Christmas celebrations are full. Merry Christmas to you. Until next time, take care.